Dear viewers, welcome to the premiere episode of Battlefield Geographic. In this series, we will be taking a closer look at the Battlefield 1 player base and seeing if they differ anything from the previous games we have covered like PUBG and of course GTA. Join us on an epic journey through no man's land. Battlefield 1 holds a wide variety of different players and player styles, from camping snipers picking off players from afar, to trench warriors staying low and maneuvering fast, to tryhards who use flank tactics in an attempt to change the course of the war by themselves, to tank users, pilots, flag campers and many, many more. In the premiere episode, we're taking a closer look at the tank user. In front of us, we see the Mark5 Tank. 29 tons, 2 6-pound main cannons, and 4 303 anti-personnel machine guns with a whopping and nearly terminal speed of 4.8 miles per hour. Yes, luckily for us, the tank at least drives at sprinting speed in Battlefield 1. In real life, if you had a brisk stroll through the woods, you could outwalk this tank. But now imagine, if you will, yourself in a trench, bombs falling all around you, bullets whizzing by, and this thing comes creeping towards you. A 28-ton snail with the capacity of shooting every imaginable direction. Well, you would indeed fill up your undergarments. Through editing magic, we now venture out to our first battlefield. We stand on St. Quentin's Scar. A battle of attrition is ongoing. Hordes upon hordes of men clashing at one another. Airplanes soaring through the sky and the tanks playing their own roles. Here we see the artillery camper. Lurking from afar, at a safe distance it sits patiently. The tank's full name would be PSA, Arrow Anti-Aircraft Armoured Lorry. Only 48 of these were produced in 1914 for the Royal Marine Artillery Platoon. It plays a significant role in Battlefield 1. Once fortified in a strategic location, it is capable to rain shell after shell after shell. But there are flaws. Even though used mainly as anti-personnel or anti-aircraft vehicles, it often falls prey to other tanks and flanking maneuvers. It is also debatable whether this vehicle is truly an asset to the team or not. Sure, it can be used to hold a position, but more often than not, it sets the team back. Especially when the enemy team has faster moving tanks on the field. However, in this situation, we can see it working well for the British Army. Personnel are pushing with cover fire from the artillery truck. It suppresses the German forces, and so, the troops manage to capture the objective. A small victory for the British soldier, and an erection for our artillery camper. We move on, as there is much left to see. Meanwhile, in the French city of Amiens, we see the Sturmpanzerwagen, also referred to as the A7V. Entirely handmade, the only tank to be deployed by the Germans in World War I. Twice as fast as the British Mark 5, coming in at a whopping 9.3 miles per hour. A crew of 18 operated the tank. 6 machine gunners, 6 loaders, 2 artillerymen, a driver, 2 mechanics and 1 officer. 360-degree firepower, a true machine of war, and in the game, a fearsome opponent. With multiple machine guns facing each way, it truly is a moving fortress. Here we see the tank maneuvering through the city. No fear for enemy troops, gunners mowing down the British forces all around them, and the main cannon paving the way for the German troops to advance. A dense urban environment. A breeding ground for anti-tank units. Danger and death looming around every passing corner, in each lovely French boutique. In each roadside cafe, the tank does not back down. It truly is a force to be reckoned with, but the reckless driving does leave the entire crew in absolute terror. If you were to push your ear against the 20mm steel container, you can hear the crew weeping and asking why. Why does our driver have a death wish? He's going to kill all of us, but the weeping of the crew is being drowned out by the manic and psychotic screams of the driver. Burn them all echoes through the streets of Amiens. Yes, the tank user in Battlefield 1 are interesting creatures indeed. There seems to be no middle ground here. They either have a death wish and gallop their steel containers straight into the afterlife, or they stay all the way at the back and are just there for a quick and easy kill. And both of these players are the kind of players that would wait until the end of days until a tank becomes available, only then to drive it straight into oblivion. But there are indeed good tank users. The players who use the tanks to advance their troops and push the objective. Yes, back in 1914, the tank was a cog in the machine, an enormous cog, but unable to turn without the help of good troops. A machine designed to break through trenches so the brave men and women could advance. And yes, sometimes you get that experience in Battlefield 1, as it is intended, but unfortunately, more often than not, the tank is abused by the Battlefield 1 player base, just so they can pick up a few kills. Dear viewers, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Battlefield Geographic. If you did enjoy, be sure to click the eye in the sky for more geographics from other games. Also, subscribe if you're new, and I hope to see you next time. Before we end today's show, a quick comments by the fire. Scott the Philosopher kindly and eloquently wrote, "This is beyond retarded, but then again, that is why I subscribed. Thank you, dear Scott the Philosopher. We appreciate the kind words." Alan Plays says, "Please do something similar with militarized players." Well, Alan, it does not get more militarized than this. And Tylerius wrote a comment as well. Anyway, thank you for watching, dear viewers. Have a fantastic day, and as always, stay safe.